Oh, okay. So the pause was there for a second because you're going to have to listen to this very, very quickly. There's a light tube. There's a tube within that tube. There's a vacuum in the light tube. There's a vent for the washer dryer. The light happens to come in, do a little constructive and destructive interference to IR. As you pull a vacuum with the tube on the inside, as it moves and undulates, guess what happens? Produces a vacuum vibrational frequency. That vacuum is now taking out and also placing in more and more heat into the system, not just with light, but also with the James Webb Telescope acoustic resonant vibrational pump. But it's using vacuums. We would want vacuums because it dries it more quickly, but we could also pump in heat that keeps the light tube cold. Oh, I'm sorry. Right, we wouldn't want that, would we? I mean, it's got a little bit of mirroring, a little bit of lensing, a little bit of constructive. Instead of it going into the drum that has a bunch of lights and a bunch of fiber optic cables, for the drying, I can cool the tube because it's now a big, ginormous absorber of IR. What is this? Is this water I'm pumping up? Oh my god, it's a nice bit of water that I'm using to cool this tube. Pumping heat into this water I'm going to use. That's a battery as it moves back down and it makes the little zum 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 vibrational undulations, which is a piezoelectric, so 90% efficient. Wouldn't that be nice? And then I can have this water battery as it vacuums all of it out, as it's both the pump and the vibrational heat exchanger, I guess, at that point, to a degree, right? All in one unit. Super cheap, effective, and efficient. Use a little Jules Thompson cycle. As the water battery goes down, then I can always have that to be a little bit colder because I can shut off the light tube. Or just have it spin, more specifically, to not absorb a bunch of IR. And instead, of course, it's open to the dryer, which is what I'm looking for. If you didn't think I was going to do that, you're pretty much an idiot to me. Let's get some microwave in there too. Might as well. Can't convert IR to microwave? Who said? That's called constructive from destructive. So as you destructively interfere light, you then constructively interfere it with a little bit. Now it's a heat pump, because it's still a heat pump. I can still use a heat pump, because why wouldn't I? I have a vibrational acoustic thing, but if you don't know, it's a thermal siphon wicking heat pump already. Just a bigger one. It's more efficient in all aspects, and even works during the winter. As of course, there's still some amount of light there, but you could always add in a little bit of electricity and heat. Good old electrical heating. But I want that in my house during the winter? Probably. Yeah, yeah, I would, you're right. Would I want that cooling in the fucking summer? Yeah, probably, I'd imagine, right? Oh, absolutely, yeah, now that I think about it. Look at this. I'm making electricity off of humidity. I'm getting a large amount of that electricity back. Oh, wait, did it go off into an above gravitational area through buoyancy? Wonder if I can get a decent amount more of that back. How much higher would I have it travel before it condenses back and I can use it to get more than what I put in? Could I use vacuum energy inside the light tube to help with the pumping action of the piezoelectrics you assume I would need so much electricity for? Light apparently just makes water evaporate. You could probably look that up on Google. It's not even heat, it just does it. Excitatory. Wouldn't you want, like, a little bit? I mean, come on. Come on. Wouldn't you want just a smidge there? Just a smidge of a light tube in your house? You can still use that light tube for natural light throughout the rest of your house. It can sneak itself in between all those little piezoelectric piezo. What is that one called? Anyways, one of those solar panels. It's cold anyways. Might as well, right? That's just a Jules Thompson thermal siphon effect. You know, oh, I want that heat over there. It's gonna go higher up. It'll then dump down. I'll use that gravitational energy to continue pumping it around. And during that, it exchanges so much that I'm able to get it below ambient temperature of cooling, as it has phase change because, of course, the tube of light here is a vacuum, which means I decrease the pressure at which it will exchange its heat. I wonder if I could use this in every house. Maybe somebody. Oh, yeah, no, that's me. That's me. That's gonna be my thing. No one take this. Die if you try. I mean that. So there's that. But, still it would work. Just letting you know. You probably know that. You're probably not an idiot. Like dumb people that go, why wouldn't we use that already? Because houses were built quickly with as little material as possible during the baby booming years for mass amounts of people. After World War II, in massive suburban hellscapes for the maximum amount of profit, for the minimum amount of money spent. After they bought land and the resources and the people and their time, slave labor that is, to build them. After they were literally working as a soldier a little earlier. But whatevs, it's all about the fiber optics, meanwhile, me. And I couldn't put this throughout the light tube system? That sounds facetious. Who suggests such dumb nincompoopry? Seems like you could do all of that and then some. You fucking idiots. But you gotta be stupid. Oh, let me just take a look at that. Oh, this is a fiber out. Just boom. It's a wall. It's insulated. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not fiber optic. Fiberglass. Same difference, really. I know, right? They're just not treated on the outside. Hmm. They reflect the light. Oh, what do you know? There's a single fiber optic. Oh. What are you doing over there? Putting up pylons for power? Well, you need a fiber optic core to do that. Oh my goodness. I have fiber optic everywhere now. Hey, there's this thing, if they're on the same circuit, they can make internet occur through your plugs in your house. They do this with phononic, so acoustic internet. Pretty sure I could do that. I mean, water is effectively the same thing. It's a different fluid, sure, but why not? It's just pressure waves that they're just like electrical signals on a fucking cable. I'm pretty sure I could do that. Just absorb some air over there. Oh, yeah, no, some water, some light. Oh, I know, I have my own fiber optic. It's the light tube. It's still working. Shockingly, I have multiple ways to make internet. How come no one does this? Alright. You guys are weird. Anyways, going back to that whole fiberglass panel, what is that for? Holy shit, it's so easy to put a house together. Just put some epoxy there, but mold, boop, blah, blah, boop, boop. Put some old dust. What is that? Plastic? What you got over there? Fucking old ass concrete? What you got? And oh my god, I got a house. Fucking hell. That was easy as fuck. Takes like nothing. It's a bunch of waste material, but it's better than everything that we currently make. Holy shit. For cheap, too. Look at the retards over there with the monopolies and oligarchies. Big behemoths of monolithic proportions. I can't move or change or make any kinds of. It's too much. We're so big we can't fail. Innovation stifled. It can't change your processes. That would be so bad to do. Yet you want a big, what is this, marble, quartz, granite countertop? Make people have scully, or I'm sorry, silico, whatever the osis is. Good old Californians, they're supposed to be the progressives. Using that immigrant labor. Ooh! But guys, we got rid of the internal combustion engine. Guys. Fucking retards every time, it seems like. Meanwhile, how come you didn't make a 99% efficient internal combustion engine like me multiple times on my own fucking YouTube channel? Oh, I'm sorry. At least conceptually. You know, there's these things called thermal photovoltaics and nitrogen filters, along with thermoelectric generating materials and piezoelectrics. Not to mention, they survive pretty well being casted and or molded into materials, which we can absolutely fashion them into. Filter out the nitrogen, shove in more oxygen, inject only oxygen, just enough for it to burn, and then after, what do you get? A hotter cylinder? Yeah! Isn't that good for thermal photovoltaics and thermoelectric generating material? I don't know what you're talking. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not gonna write that comment. Fuck off. Hey, you. Meanwhile, look at my exhaust port over here too. Oh yeah, squeezy, squeezy. Oh yeah, cooly, cooly. Look at this piezo. Like, oh my god, look at my thermal photovoltaic. That was so great. This is what they probably say. Meanwhile, I'm looking at my fucking waste heat generator that I've got several different times over, which is basically piezoelectrics and some Starling engines and some Jules Thompson acoustic resonant frequency pumps. They create a whole bunch of extra electricity moving and exchanging heat into the atmosphere. Along with the engine poo with the thermal siphon little fucking fins for the air cooling. Meanwhile, what's it come out as? Oh, look at all this water that's down there. I wonder if I could use that for something. 6-cycle, different type of free valve, because I can change my crankshaft and timings, which allows me to have a 2, 4, and 6-stroke cycle. It's pretty darn good. Treated water, isn't it? Because it's distilled. It's only H2. There's nothing contaminated, is there? Or at least it's good enough. No, there's scale! Burning more oxygen to oxidize the scale. What do you know? Some good extra power potential. Let's me throw some nitrogen in there to help cool it off every so often, versus inside of the turbine that I'm going to use too, that goes directly to the crankshaft. That's some nice work energy to work energy. Let's everybody just shit on these guys that are making piss poor washers and dryers. Look at you. Pathetic garbage. How come you're not creative? It's not even that hard to do this. I'm not even gonna lie. It's really actually that difficult. Why is it so expensive to make these stupid tubes? Why? Hmm. Every time I look at something that's efficient, supposedly, there's a low market demand. You know, they're the ones that create the demand, though. You ever notice that? And they are the ones that stand to lose the most. They don't gain much. They have a hardcore amount of power and authority over the resources and the seen potential future value of those resources. It'd be really shitty if we all suddenly started going, well, the sun, it's everybody's, and the air, all that would have to be a resource. What's that over there? Sewage? You got some forest fire defeating sticks that you have to take in? You got some lawn clippings, some organic material. Get some mold and fungus and bacteria that's making some sugars. Where are you going to? Hey, you gonna dig a hole over there so it goes to a higher degree of pressure and heat? You get some squeezy vibrationies. That way it breaks itself down and creates a whole bunch of hydrocarbons, like I have on my YouTube channel already. What do you got? Some dead insect carcasses too? I can absolutely turn that into ethanol. You have more than enough natural resources to make more than enough hydrocarbons. We don't need to fucking drill for that. What are you doing? We don't need to make more fucking land get turned into some weird monocrop farm for that. Are you insane? Of course we don't. We have more than enough around. We can filter that easily. That's a electrostatic light vibrational light tube distilling, isn't it? As it continues to condense, that refines it, separates it. Kerosene, methane, nitromethanes, ethanols, diesels, and all the rest. Even gasolines. Fuck benzenes. Fuck all of it. You can blend it perfectly how you want. That can literally support all of life because most of it's absorbed every damn day. It's a different type of farm. I don't even need algae. You get it, right? Although I could put it in there, break it down with some fungus or mold or process. Makes it more sugar happy. I got diesels. I got kerosenes. It's not that hard. Why would I talk about a washer and dryer before that? Light, heat, pressure, water. Hydrothermal pyrolysis with agitation, vibrations, vacuums, a way to cool it, condense it, and make it insanely efficient. And a way to make sure, oh, what is that, flame retardant molded fiberglass? Cheap as fuck parts, easily turned into a refinery for cheap. How idiotic are you? How come you didn't see it before? Oh wait, did you? I'm too big to fail. I could move. There's no incentive for me not to ultimately gain. You do know that I know, right? You want it to be this way? Come on. It's not even that hard to develop something like that. You've had heat pumps forever. You've had piezoelectrics forever. You've had light tubes forever. You have all of this. It's just putting pieces together stupendously well. Genius levels, actually. I should know. I am one. I just want to rage bait the shit out of you. Come on, you always feel you gotta fucking put someone down when they think they're like that. Get wrecked. Nick, 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 nick. Get fucked. Nick, 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 nick. I don't know. I was watching 2-Bit Da Vinci talk about this heat pump washer and dryer as a genius feature. Uh, I'll try and put it in the link below and as a card on the screen if I can get myself to. I'm pretty bad doing that, truthfully. I've done it better in the past, but I'm not super great at it. Anyways, he's someone tweeted about a feature of using a heat pump, starting off with a battery and using an electric motor to begin with, and I needed a compressor anyways, as a way to have a single air-cooled cylinder engine run off of a heat pump. It was meant for like a bicycle or something, for what it was worth. But I was like, you know what? The design can absolutely work for mass scale for collecting a lot of heat from both our environmental air, but also geothermically. It heats up at convections. I don't need to pump jack shit. The heat has to go somewhere, right? Well, yeah, the cold side, imagine. Why? It just makes the atmospheric one more efficient, doesn't it? Oh, this is so much. You lose so much, says Reddit back in the day when I was blurry pasting. And I tweeted him. Through conversion of this gas. I was like, what gas would you use? What are you fucking insane, you stupid dumbass cunts? Cunt nuggets over there. Look at them. How retarded could you be? That's easy. Anything that's willing to survive the type of heat and pressure you want to put it under. You can use almost anything. What's the heat that you're going to generate with the amount of distance down you want to go to make it efficient enough? What's the cheapest material you can use to get that? You know, a lot of it has a lot of extra vibrations. Might as well put some piezoelectrics in there. Lo and behold, that's already on my YouTube channel, just deep back in for the first couple of very first videos on my channel. It's a design I have for making gigawatts to terawatt hours of energy generation over the same amount of size as a nuclear power plant. Especially since there's this stuff called, what is this, vacuum balloons. I used helium back in the day, but apparently if you know what a rigid airship is, then you know it's volumetric, and if you suck out air, and you can move something to expand and stretch and slide, then you know you can make a vacuum effectively survive and float something, become buoyant. And it doesn't need to be super powerfully strong like the steel I'm using. They've got better ones these days, materials, hey. That'll survive. So then I go, well, let me see here. This is a hollow prop windmill. It's attached to a cable that needs to be there to a bunch of windmills and solar panels. That then has a bunch of radiative structures. Because, oh my god, the blades can't possibly have their surface area, shockingly, evacuate heat. Is that a heat exchanger? Is that a radiator? Then spinning doesn't create any vibrations. Oh my god, my acoustic resonance pumps. Oh my goodness. Look at my light tubes. Oh no. Look at all this atmosphere. Oh my god, that's denser. That's way less dense up there. That's a Stirling engine? Oh, crazy. What? There's vacuums over here? Oh, this is so easy. Oh, wait, what? It's cheaper in all aspects than the billions of dollars it takes for a fucking nuclear generator to be made? And a lot less. Very, very, very specific types of personnel to be able to operate it. And clearances, and it's less deadly, possibly, if someone fucks that up. Which, jeez. I don't trust humans. They make a lot more mistakes, you know what I mean, than we give them credit for. Although I think that they can really genuinely be quite safe. And I like nuclear generators, just FYI. But at the same time, this is going to be cheaper and it's going to produce about the same amount of electricity over a given area. Now, granted, I did say 1,000 acres. It could still get in the gigawatt hours easily with our 1,000 acres. Especially when you want to add in the Bill Gates's, big long wind turbine on a fucking string. It's positioned in between them. But it's, you know what I'm seeing here? That's a big radiative structure. I can still have the blades in between that are all the verticals and the big, big, big things. You know what I mean? It's solar panels here, there, this, that, and all the rest. With a big, what is that? A bolted to the ground windmill? That's heavy. Oh, I guess those things are going to stay up there and produce power. And there's geothermal, so it's always on, all the time. It goes all the way up to the fucking slipstream. Huh. Yeah, just tell people not to go around there. Yeah, because the shadow is elongated way the fuck over there. I guess it's not going to bother any of the goddamn sun down there. And I could put solar panels on the top up there, and I could still run the cables necessary to get them all that electricity, because that's a type of hold on what? High voltage DC all the way back down with transformers and all the rest. Or maybe we want to use the microwaves. Which one do you want to use? Now, if I get a little piezoelectric thermovoltaic, and what was that again? Thermoelectric? With some cooling and some Stirling. Well, geothermal's quite a bit more efficient, doesn't it? Seem to look, right? Hey, combine them all. No, there's no way there's that much. Jeez, that's a lot of electricity you're making there. That's a big, mighty claim, you bitch. I hate you. Oh, look at you, retard Texans. You don't even like having babies with your children. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant your daughters. I'm sorry, I meant your wives? Question mark? I thought that was your sister. Now, granted, here's me. I like the kink of fucking my daughter. I'm just letting you know. I'm just poking fun because I'm better and holier than thou, and I'll never do that. I will never, ever. Meanwhile, me, plap, 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 plap. What? That's a bad thing? I'm seeing a lot of bullshit come out of your mouth, you little fuck up. Treat your women with fucking respect, you douche. No wonder why you can't fucking imagine the idea of that working. It's always the ones actually doing the thing, you know what I mean? Don't want it to actually be there. Look at them over there. You know how Texans go to these states more often than not to be the ones that get the abortions? Rape, incest, all the rest of it. Rampant over there. No, stay in the camps. Yeah, okay. Anyways, we're talking about light tube Stirling engine washer dryer vents here. But it's really a distillery. But it's really so many damn things, isn't it? If you know what the fuck you're doing. Internet, communication, power transmission, all of it, right? Microwaves. Shock. What is that? Some conductive wires in there. I lean into the microphone to whisper. Anyways, that's why you're retarded, thinking they're too big to fail. You're fuck-ups that think capitalism's good for you, and it produced something other than stifled innovation. Belief that this is as good as we can get, and as far as we can go. You think I'm the only genius on this fucking planet, you fuck-up retards? You think others haven't figured other things out too, or the same, or other things? You little weaselly bastard worm bastard fuckfaces? Gabagoos. That's what you are. What is that? It's a politics. Held back belief system, hindered ass views, retards. Everywhere. Ah, you smell them? Oh, God. Stinking the place up. Look at all that gas. What is this? I can use the same fucking technique. Oh my God, the air engines I've got on my YouTube channel to make electric motors that take, what is this? Oxygen and some electricity, some humidity and some nitrogen separation, and bingo bongo, I'm gonna make a little nitric oxide and explosively decompress it. It's a storage. It's a thermal storage, isn't it? Last time I checked, if I do that right, I'll separate some of those chemical bonds in the atmosphere. Mm. Get some exothermic excitation. Get more out of it than normal. But you know, Reddit was incorrect and wrong the entire time. That engine idea would have worked the entire time, and in fact, I kept reiterating, refining, and your little dumb pieces of shit ass that said I couldn't do anything with it, it would never work or be worth it or cost efficient, we're always wrong. Garbage people, naysayers, not innovators, not solution makers, nothing but retards. Look at them. They're like the Planck to the Einstein. Okay, most of his assistants did all the work for Planck, but the Institute's good still, guys. Guys, it's run by a woman, guys. I mean, she did these things, guys, and they're enabling things, guys. Guys! I'm still right about the conversion of this heat over to this thing. Oh, really? Proceeds to look at thermoacoustics, light, constructive interferences, making electricity exchanges actually produce electricity. Oh, I'm sorry, heat. Oh, wait, no, that is electricity. It's just, technically speaking, a superposition of resonant frequency through a given material. That then, like laser light, is a mechanical battery that goes, boom, more electrons. Behold, get fucking wrecked and fucked. Wrecked and fucked and fucked and wrecked. Wrecked and fucked. Shit. I make more electricity than you'll ever know. You were all wrong, Redditors. You're garbage. Feel bad. You didn't freaking solve things. You didn't look into more creative avenues of approach to make your dreams come alive and true. You're pathetic, worthless, uncreative garbage. Non-genius motherfuckers over there. No imagination. Worthless. Oh, is it clear as mud? Is it clear as mud? I'm an engineer! It's a reference to one of my other videos and someone's comment on it. I'm sure I am an engineer! I don't think so. Last time I checked, stuff made here is actually more of an engineer because he understood what that would fucking be probably more than you ever did. But you sure can say lies on the onlines and not back it up, huh? At least I'll tell you the truth. I got no background in any aspect, in any kind of way, in any bit of those fields, and yet I know every one of those things are going to work because I did my due diligence to learn by myself. I'm not your fuck up retarded self that thinks they know everything because they went to school and gate kept everyone. Look at you, taught to one specific view. You're not creative. You're a plank. Look at the planks over there. Oh, I'm sorry. There are other people, but nobody cares about them because they didn't get things named after them. And they weren't the big guy that managed to fucking shuffle his ass into actually having his name a part of things. How did people actually name the links after him? Like, for real, he's a jerk dick. Nothing about any of their garbage was ever any, mostly speaking, theirs. I can literally hone in on a lot of their assistants actually making all of the work and all the efforts and all the creativity for everything that they were made to have claimed be theirs. People rarely look at that in history, though. Dinosaurs, too big to fail. Garbage. What are you useful for? Holding things up because you hoard money? We can test this. Get this done. Make it work. Find the right materials. All of it. What do you do? We have to print. I'm not gonna give you. Fuck up retards. All right, like and subscribe. Please share. Hit that notification bell. Suck my dick and balls. Bye.